Hello and welcome to the BMB Game of the Week featuring the Mepham Pirates and the Jericho Jayhawks. I am Sean McCullen alongside my co-host Finnegan Corcoran-Dolan, and we have a very intriguing matchup between two fairly even teams for a Conference A1 matchup. Mepham is going to this one with the 2-6 record and are currently 0-3 in conference, while the Jayhawks have had their struggles as well as the Pirates have this season with a current 4-7 record overall and are 1-4 in conference. Currently, Mepham's head coach is Bob Cable. It's his first year as head coach, and so far, he's had his struggles, but at the same time, he's shown a lot of promise. The last game, they took a tough loss to 54-46 to Great Neck North. And Finn, what are the keys to the game for the Pirates today?
Well, the first one being they have to crash the offensive boards and limiting them to one shot on defense. We should have a good size advantage, and we need to take they need to take their advantage and build off last game where they rebounded very well.
Yeah, Finn. And also is handling their defense, obviously. The Jericho man-to-man defense. They're very small, but very quick and athletic and like to trap from time to time, both the half and full court. And they're going to need to counteract the pressure with quick ball movement, good spacing, so they can find open players and aggressive decision-making that takes advantage of the press.
Well, the third one is anticipating the ball movement on the defense. Jericho's moves the ball really well and will make you pay if you are slow on rotations. They need to be able to get their player receiving the ball as he catches it for easy shots from the outside at the three-point line.
Yeah, Finn, and now we take a look at the Jericho Jayhawks in this one. Like we said earlier, 4-7 record overall. Conference A1, they have a 1-4 record led by head coach Walter Backman and assistant coach Barry Colville. Last game, the Long Beach Marines took a tough loss, 50-41 to the Long Beach Marines, like I just said. And Mepham actually lost to them 2 games ago, but both teams are going to hope to avenge their losses previously and hope to get a big win today. Now we look at the starting lineups. For the Jericho Jayhawks, it's junior Isaac Varghese, who's currently averaging 12 points on the season. Senior Luke Citron, the captain and starting point guard. Senior Ronan Ellis, the starting shooting guard, who's averaging 11 points. Junior Jake Gershwin, the small forward, who has been a very good role player for the Jayhawks this season. And senior Ryan Kim, another guard. And as you can see when I said the word guard a lot, they're running a small ball lineup today, Finn.
Yeah, and you know it's really tough this season with COVID. That's what we heard from the coach. But Ryan Kim being one of their big players, he's their top scorer. He gets 20 points on average, which is really good per game. And you know he should be one of the highlights of tonight. And the Jayhawks, even though if they're having a tough season, being 4-7 and 1-4 in Conference A1, does this give Mepham a chance to say, hey, we have a really good shot tonight at winning? Unfortunately, they've had a winless season so far. So, for Mepham, is this the chance to win the first game in Conference A1 this season?
Yeah, Finn, and we look at the Pirates starting lineup and a few new things today. We have Timmy Burns, the senior starting point guard, the coach on the court, as it has been the whole season. Robert Tanzi, and then Owen Heller, who is, instead of Kevin Perry starting, the freshman Owen Heller gets his first start as a member of the Mepham varsity basketball program. Then Kieran Keogh at the center, Mitch Savali at the small forward, and like we've said all year when we cover the Mepham basketball team, they're very, very young. A lot of sophomores, a lot of underclassmen. Only 3 seniors on the team this year, and Jerry Chow, Robert Tanzi, and Timmy Burns. So it's been a whole new experience, but at this point of the season, chemistry has definitely gotten closer.
Right, and you're totally right. And again, there's only 3 seniors on the team. That does make it very tough. But again, it's a young team. They want to look in the future, but again, they have to look in the present. And tonight, it's their game, and that's what they have to go into it with. I mean, Rob Tanzi is that dominated player, and then again, Jerry Chow, who is, again, possibly the most skillful dribbler on the team. But, again, we talk about Rob Tanzi as being one of the best players on Mepham. We know that he has probably, as I've heard, a couple of college recruits on him. So there you go, Sean.
Yeah, and Finn, everyone's going to see us back for the halftime show later on, and we're going to throw it down to the Mepham South Gym where sportscasters Tyler Steinberg, Matt Meno, and Lily Yepes have your game. Take it away, guys.
Hi, I'm Lily Yepes here with Tyler Steinberg, and we're here at Mepham against Jericho, and we're going to toss it to Jess on the sideline.
Welcome to the Mepham basketball game. So we're here, and welcome to the Mepham basketball game. And now we're going to pass it back. Now we're going to pass it back to the sportscasters.
So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the BMB game of the week. We have the Jericho Jayhawks taking on the Mepham Pirates. It's going to be a great one here today. Lily, first off, how's your day today?
My day's been good, better than I'm here now with you, Tyler. How about you?
It's been good. Just looking forward to a good basketball game, and just hopefully we have a good game.
For sure.
So really that matters. So obviously, we have two teams that have struggled early on in the season. Mepham coming in this game 2-9, and then the Jayhawks coming in 1-4. What do you think is one thing that maybe either side has to do to come out on top today?
So Jericho is coming out today with their 2 starters. So they really struggled earlier in the season because of COVID. They lost their 3 starters. So they're coming out today with their 2 starters, and I think that's really Mepham's gonna have to be careful.
Yeah, I mean, it's never hard, obviously, when you have 3 starters out for almost the whole start of the season. On top of the COVID thing, is we're getting ready here for the national anthem very soon as they announce these starting lineups.
Okay.
But obviously it's never hard with 3 starters out. They had a lot of COVID issues, the Jayhawks, so, it's great to see that they're finally starting able to get their season back on track, but 1-4 is just never a good start, obviously, for any basketball team. But
yeah, for sure.
Mepham, we see, again, they're starting to get healthy now. Rob Tanzi, one of the best players on this team, starting to get healthy.
Definitely going to show up today.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. What do you think's one thing that maybe he has to do to start getting going early, and so Mepham's able to get their starting players ready and getting ready early?
So, Tyler, we've seen throughout the whole season, we've been here, we've been watching. Tanzi has a great driving game. He knows how to get 2 steps and into the paint, no matter how many players are there. So I think he's gonna have to come out hard and just work through that paint and get those quick layups and rebounds, and then hopefully his team will help him pick up the rest.
Yeah, I mean, we see Tanzi is extremely fast. He's got an amazing jump shot. His best part of his game is easily just, whether it's quick hesitation, anything like that, and then just pulling mid-range. He's so fast on his jump shot. So it's really going to just be able to see how Jericho's going to come out and play defense on him, as we've seen. I mean, they're a zone-heavy team most of the season. Sometimes they like to switch it up, so it's going to be very interesting to see how they really take on that Mepham challenge so far for this game today.
Do you think that anybody's going to step up on the Mepham team and help Tanzi out? Because, one man can't run the whole team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling a big game from Kieran Kehoe, actually.
Okay.
I mean, obviously he's the tallest kid on the court for almost every time as we get ready for the national anthem here. As we get ready here for a tip-off at Mepham High School, Jayhawks versus Mepham Pirates coming up shortly. Players going to start warming up, getting everything going, ready for a great game here today.
Both teams seem very ready, and they're both amped up to get on this court right here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously these are 2 teams, again, that, as we stated earlier, have not had their ideal start to the season. So this is going to be crucial for both teams to kind of get on the right foot. Whoever, is going to be able to start off early, and get a kind of a quick lead will likely end up winning this game. It's really just going to be who's able to play down low the best, who's going to control the rebounds and the time of possessions. That's going to be so crucial.
For sure. We see Kieran Kehoe and Ronnie Ellis going up for tip-off.
Tip-off about to be underway here. Jayhawks versus Pirates. Kehoe's going to win the tip-off. Burns going to pass it to Jerry. Jerry's going to be one-on-one right now. Pass it to Tansy. Going to send it down low to Kehoe. Quick move to Tansy in the paint. He's going to pass it out. Jerry trying to find a lane. Pass it to Burns. Quick to Heller in the corner. Pump fake. Looking for a man. Tansy's going to have the ball at the 10-foot line. Tansy, quick pass to Burns.
See Jericho coming out in his zone right away.
Tansy trying to find a lane. He's going to pass it down low to Heller. It's going to be almost a turnover. Kehoe's going to pick it up. It's going to be stripped. Tansy with the ball in the corner here. Kehoe, shot clock's running out. Burns for three. No good. It's going to be rebounded by Jericho.
Beautiful box out by Owen Heller. Number 4 is Luke Citron taking it up.
Citron with the ball back now.
See Mepham as well in his zone. Both teams going hard in the zone right here.
Luke
Both testing that outside shot, not letting any threes in so far.
Yeah, for sure, Lily. They're going to send it down low. Back out to Ryan Kim. Citron trying to find the man down low. Nothing there, though, for Jericho. Mepham running the 2-3 zone.
Both teams doing lots of passing, making the other team work on zone to get that 3 open outside.
Sure, shot's going to be no good by Jericho. He's going to go up, and it's going to be Mepham ball. So good defense there early on by Mepham, running looked like to be kind of a mix-up between a 2-3 zone and a 3-2 zone, trying to give Jericho some different looks.
Both teams not letting those outside shots happen, doing lots of passes, making other team burn out and work really hard early.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've seen a lot of double teams so far in this first quarter. Heller's going to be down low, pass it out to the 3-point line. Kehoe from the top of the key, he's going to hit it. First points of the game belong to Kieran Kehoe with an amazing 3-point shot.
That's going to be a nice clean 3 for that sophomore, starting off the game strong here.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be a guy that Mepham's going to look to step up, so he's going to be an important piece to this Mepham team if they want to come out on top.
For sure. Your predictions earlier starting off strong here.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't change. Going to be Jericho in the corner. Shot's going to be up, no good, rebounded by Jake Gershwin. Shot's going to be up, no good, rebounded by Tansy. No call there from the ref by travel. Tansy's going to take it up slowly. Pick by Kehoe. We're going to have a moving pick on number 24, Kieran Kehoe. It's going to be Jericho ball.
See, Mepham, they're trying to run a play early in the game instead of, like we said, I said Tansy was going to be driving in. But against a zone, this hard zone, you can't go in. They're going to try and stop him every time because they know his game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've seen Jericho multiple times when there's been a screen. They're stepping up on the man really well, and that's caused a lot of mistakes for Mepham so far offensively. We're going to have a backcourt violation here. Luke Citron turned it over. Good defense there by Jerry Jao.
You see Mepham playing a 1-3-1. 1-3-1 works great when you have someone who works really hard at top when they can't even get that past that one person.
Yeah, I mean, we see it like, again, both teams have been great defensively. Kieran Kehoe is a player that has been amazing defensively. I mean, he's one of the tallest kids on the court, and he's one of the players that are going to be the future of this team, being a sophomore, and then obviously hitting the 3 to start this game off. This Jerry's going to have the ball in the corner, going to pass it up top to Tansy. Tansy trying to find a lane. It's going to bounce pass. It's going to be a turnover going the other way. Jericho, Ryan Kim, one-on-one with Jerry. Shot's going to be up, no good. Rebounded by Tansy. Both teams starting to pick up the pace a little bit.
Ripping that rebound down right from, almost hit his head on the freaking rim.
Yeah, I mean, both the high jump there for sure here. As Kehoe's going to pass it to Tansy. Tansy trying to find the left side. Burns back out to Kehoe for 3. It's going to be no good. Rebounded by Jerry. Jerry one-on-one right now. Trying to find any lane he can. Tansy for 3. It's going to be good. Robert Tansy for the 3-point shot, and Mepham is shooting very well right now.
Definitely, Tyler. Jericho's trying to contest that outside shot, but they're just working. Mepham's outworking them, being able to get that outside shot here.
Yeah, for sure. Luke Citron now with the ball at the 10-foot line. He's going to pass it back to Isaac. Isaac now passing it in the corner. Back to Isaac. Trying to find a man. Mepham with good defense right now. Going to pass it to the corner. Nothing's going to be there. Ronnie's going to miss the shot. Ellis to Kim. And we're going to have a travel on Ryan Kim.
That's going to be a travel by Ryan Kim. Number 5, he's a top scorer for Jericho right now, averaging about 20 points a game.
Yeah, I mean, that's extremely talented. He's a sharpshooter, to say the least. And he's also very aggressive on defense. We've seen multiple times where Mepham's kind of had that inbound pass, so pass it, and then he's been really aggressive, as this Jayhawks team has kind of been aggressive. Is right there, Mepham almost turning it over. It's going to be a chuck up. It's going to be nothing there.
Yep.
Pass was intended for Kevin Perry.
Jericho's going to start to press this Mepham team. You see Mepham's making them work on defense, getting them tired, so they're going to have to press and try and get Mepham tired as well.
Yeah, I mean, Jericho's got a very aggressive defense so far, as we've seen. They've stepped up on a lot of plays, and it's sometimes burnt them, leaving maybe a wide man open because they're double teaming, but also it's really helped them out here. As Jerry's going to have the turnover. He's going to almost lose the ball now. He's going to make a nice move in between 2 defenders. Jerry driving to the hoop. Bucket's going to be no good. It's going to be rebounded by Jericho. Kim going the other way now. Kim making a behind the back dribble move. Nice play there. He's going to pass it. It's going to be drive by Luke. He's going to try to pass it to the paint. Kim's going to pick it up, and he's going to have a nice move, but it's going to be a travel going the other way. Almost got the Euro step underhand layup going. It was a good shot. Not going to count, though.
Impressive play by Kim.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good play there by Kim. Another player, though, for Jayhawks that are going to be huge for them is Luke Citron. I mean, he's a senior. He's an unbelievable guard, and he's kind of their main ball handler, him and Kim. So it's going to be important to see really just how, he steps up for them here. As Kim's going to pass it to the wing, back down to the corner. He's going to try to make a drive, going to pass it down low, and we're going to have a call by the ref here. I believe it's going to be an and one. Amazing play there by Jake Gershwin.
Jericho's going to have to watch their turnovers. They've had 6 so far, and it's only how many minutes into the first quarter. So they're definitely going to have to be careful and not let those quick players like Zhao and Tansy get that ball, because that's going to make points. That's going to come back and bite them later in the game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, Jericho, we've seen played very aggressive both offensively and defensively here. As the first shot's going to be up and good. As I believe we're going to have a substitution here. Kim's going to be out. Substitution number 2, Nick Wong's going to be in now.
Number 12, Jake Gershwin is going to shoot the second one right here.
Shot's going to be up, and it's going to be no good. Rebounded by Heller. Almost made a quick mistake there, but being able to recover. Tansy's going to bring the ball up to the 10-foot line. Tansy with some one-on-one moves. It's going to be turnover. Luke Citron going the other way. Luke, an amazing block by Tansy, but it's going to be picked up by Isaac. Tansy almost with a highlight reel play there, but it's not going to be able to turn off as Heller's going to pass it to Tansy now, finally passing half court.
Great job breaking that press right there.
Yeah, for sure here. As Burns going to have an air ball there in the corner.
That's going to be an over the back, right?
Yeah, I believe so. It was an over the back, getting a little too aggressive there on the rebound. But, I mean, so far we've seen both teams have had, they've played very quick, but Mepham's kind of had the start that they've been looking for, hitting multiple threes, and then also playing pretty well defensively so far.
It's been a low-scoring game. We see 2 threes by Mepham, and it's only 6-3 with Mepham leading with 2 threes. And Jericho's got a lot of turnovers, so they're going to have to pick up their game and make those simple baskets.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we can tell a lot of the times they're starting to force some passes in the paint, and it hasn't really been working out well, but they've had some lucky bounces for sure here.
For sure.
Going to be a drive here. It's going to be nothing there. Pass to Luke. Luke back out to Isaac. Isaac one-on-one here. We're going to start to double team him. Luke's going to pick the ball up at the 10-foot line. He's going to play with patience. Almost a turnover there. Going to be recovered by Nick Wong. It's going to be, shot's going to be up, and it's going to be good. Isaac Varghese with an amazing shot there, and this game is tied.
Not much rim being touched on both sides when shooting those threes. Those are clean threes that have been shot this game so far.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this has been a sharpshooter's game so far. We have not seen many misses from that three-point line. Tansy is going to be one-on-one against Luke.
Bum's going to do their best to run a play here against this zone.
Burns trying to find a lane. He's not going to have it. Keogh's going to be down low. It's going to be turned over. Never mind. Keogh's going to pick the ball back up, and he's going to shoot it, and he's going to hit it in the corner. Kehoe is hot right now, having 5 points so far in this first quarter, the leading scorer for Mepham.
We see Jericho turning into man-on-man against Mepham right here, but Mepham's going to stay in zone. It's been working so far, so.
Yeah, I mean, Mepham's trying to give them any different looks that we can so far, and same with the Jayhawks. So we're going to have a drive here. He's going to pass it to the corner. We're going to have a call by the refs. It's going to go the other way, Mepham ball.
We see number 2, Mitch Savali, coming in for number 14, Jerry Zhao.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the players here, Mitch Savali, who is one of the players that are going to be the future of this team, being just, a sophomore, and one of these main guys, just like, Kieran Kehoe and Ryan Harrington, who, are big pieces of this team, is Timmy Burns, who is one of the star players on this team. He's a guard. He's had a slow start so far this game, but a senior. Last year he was hurt most of the year, so he wasn't really able to be with his team as much as he wanted to. But again, I mean, he's going to be a player and a leader on the court that they're going to look out for. We're going to have a foul here on Jake Gershwin. It's going to be a reach-in. So it's going to be Mepham ball here. Burns is going to pass it in.
Not been too much of a physical game because both teams have been staying in zone, but now that we see Jericho going back man, they're going to be a little more physical and going to have to watch those fouls, that for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Jericho, again, we've seen been a very aggressive team so far on defense, and it's sometimes brighter, but it's sometimes work out. As Keogh's going to be top of the 3, it's going to be off the back rim, and Jericho's going to let it go out of bounds.
Keough taking that outside 3. He's been on fire. Like you said, your prediction's still going strong. You made 2 threes, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, it's not many times that the commentator curse doesn't work out, but so far, I mean,
Unless you're Mano.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that's not the case so far with the prediction, but so far I've been right, so we'll see how that ends up for the rest of the game here. As Burns is going to transition, but it's not going to be nothing there. It's going to be in the corner now. We're going to have a foul here on Perry, I believe. Yes, it's going to be a foul on Kevin Perry in the corner.
We see 2 fouls within the last 1 or 2 minutes from both teams. Definitely getting a little physical. And I think that we could safely say, Tyler, later in the game, this is going to be a very physical man-on-man game where both teams are going to have to watch their fouls.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so far this game has been basically razor tight. Mepham had a good start, and now Jericho's starting to slowly catch up.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if this game continues to be intensity that it's had so far, it's definitely going to be a physical game. And the bonus, as we go later into the half, is going to be something important to watch.
Yeah, we only see 8-6 right now in the first quarter with just about a little less than a minute left here.
Brandon Tanzi passing it to his brother. Little brother-brother connection there as Robert Tanzi is going to bring the ball up. Kehoe faking a pick here is now Perry's going to set a pick. Tanzi's going to have little Tanzi in the corner. Shot's going to be no good. Perry's going to pick it up. It's going to be nothing there. Perry with the rebound now as we're going to have a foul. I believe it's going to be Mepham ball.
That was an incredibly athletic play by Kevin Perry going up and jumping high, being tall, getting that rebound.
Yeah. I mean, he missed a layup, and then it was definitely contested, but then the ball coming right back, and he showed kind of that effort and that energy to just get the ball back and make up for that small mistake.
And Tyler, I think, like you said, that effort, I think that's going to be crucial at the end of the game, even right now, because both teams keep working hard. The team who works hard is going to win.
Yeah, Kevin Perry here in the corner is going to hit it. We've seen the big men from Mepham so far really stepping up, and it's always important to have that stretch big on your team. And Kevin Kehoe and Perry have really brought that from Mepham so far.
Usually don't see those bigs shooting on the outside, but it's a little bit of a change up from the Mepham team here.
For sure there is. Perry's getting good defense there in the corner, contesting that shot. With Robert Tanzi, he's going to have a little bit of an altercation there, but he's going to bring up the ball still. Mepham trying to find any type of pick that they can get. Perry with the pick. Tanzi's going to do a pull-up jumper. He's not going to be able to hit it. It's going to be rebounded. Never mind, we're going to have an over-the-top call by Brandon Tanzi.
I think that's the second one of the game, but both teams are being athletic. And here we go. We see Kevin Perry, a big, shooting that 3 on the outside. 10-6, Mepham leading here with almost all threes, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, it's been unbelievable here. We're going to have a last-second shot. It's going to be no good. So your final score for the first quarter is going to be Mepham 10, Jericho 6.
So, Tyler, what do you think that Mepham being up 10-6 has done well so far?
Yeah, I mean, Mepham we've seen have done a great job of just playing fast. I mean, both teams have showed elite speed, and they've played very fast, but Mepham has kind of gotten some of the better, some better bounces so far than Jericho, as we've seen. I mean, they're playing very well. Jericho's double-teaming a lot of those players, and they're making those big shoots. And, well, I mean, players like Kevin Perry and Kieran Kehoe have been up for that challenge, and we've really seen that so far. So, that's going to be something to watch out for the rest of this game as this game goes on.
Yeah. Like we said earlier, I predicted that Tanzi's going to have a big driving game this game, but we're going to see Matt Mano coming in for the second quarter here.
Thanks, Lily. Thanks, Tyler. It's been a pretty fun first quarter, if I do say so myself. What do you think, Lily?
I agree. I like seeing the big men on Mepham shooting that outside 3. I think that in Mepham and high school sports in general, we don't see too many threes. We see a lot of driving game and a lot of physical game because usually very athletic teams, but I like the different change of pace of seeing all those threes being shot tonight.
Yeah, it feels like we're going to get a very competitive game, a very good game between Mepham and between Jericho. Kieran Kehoe, he's not really a typical big man because he's very athletic. He can jump. He was almost dunking as a freshman last year. I remember that. And Kehoe is just an athlete. He's not defined to or confined to a certain position. He's just an athlete.
I think that's a really important part of the Mepham team is that they're a team of athletes. No one is really stuck to one position, and I think that's definitely a highlight of the Mepham team.
Yeah, so as we get back to action, here's Ryan Kim hoisting a 3, and it's no good. Savali with the rebound. So here's Robert Tanzi. He's already got 3 points on the game, if I'm not mistaken. Pass it up to his brother, who's in front of the point. And it's stolen by Ronan Ellis into Varghese, and he's fouled by, I think that was on Savali. No, that was on Brendan Tanzi.
We see younger Tanzi coming in and staying in after last quarter. Usually not a starter, but he's been showing up this game and working hard. As you see, he's another athlete who just puts it all on the court.
Tansy's got those flashy handles. Loves to do a little bit of outside of the box passes, and he's getting subbed out for Tim Burns, that's senior captain, is that leader on the team.
We're going to see Varghese shooting right now.
1 for 2 at the line, and now he's Rob Tansy. And a nice move. Benefit from the screen by Perry. Now he's doubled. Cookie gets it out, and it's intercepted by Ellis.
That's made 2 in a row for number 21 on Jericho.
And Ronan Ellis, a nice spin move. And a nice shot to boot.
Impressive move by the senior. Averages around 11 points a game, so we'll see what he puts up tonight here.
Nice pass from Tansy. Cross court to Kehoe. Puts up a 3. Bang! Kieran Kehoe has already got 9 on the game.
On fire tonight. It's going to be three threes tonight so far, I believe. Right, Mana?
And Kieran Kehoe, who typically plays in the 4 spot, runs a wild pass recovered by Kim. Here's Varghese. Gets it to Citron. Puts up a 3. A high arcing shot. Almost went in. No good. And that one was off on Andrew Lenneberg. Take a look at I think that's going to be the spin move by Ronan Ellis. That's nice. He got Kevin Perry to bite in a beautiful floater.
That's going to be a timeout by Jericho right here.
And as we talk about so far, we're about 10 minutes into this game. And Lily, I have to ask you, so far, who do you think has been the impact players of this game so far?
Definitely so far, I think that Kieran Kehoe, just like Tyler predicted, has been the star of the game so far. He's been shooting from the outside very strong. We usually don't see him shooting much, but I definitely also think that number 21, Ronnie Ellis, that last play was impressive. He was able to move so athletically and put up that inside game, which we haven't seen much from both teams because both teams have been shooting a lot of threes and more of an outside game.
Yeah, I also think Ryan Kim also impressed me in the first quarter while I was out. He's definitely what would you call a hooper. He is definitely athletic. He's got the handles. He's also their top scorer, averaging 20 points a game. So I guess it checks out. He passed the eye test from me in the first quarter, and I guess my eyes did not deceive me. So we return to action where Luke Citron will inbound for the Jayhawks.
We see number 34, Andrew Lenneberg, coming in, a senior forward.
And a very contested shot. No foul, a little suspect by Ryan Kim.
That's going to be a foul on number 4, senior Luke Citron, captain here. Great effort, working hard, but that's just going to be a foul for Jericho right here.
Yeah, it's one of those plays where it's judgment call. It could have gone either way. It's a little too much contact. The refs feel like this game might get a little physical, so they're calling a lot of fouls. As Tansy gets it up the court, a nice move. He might go himself. No, he tried to force a pass to Savali and triple coverage, and he's gonna go out of bounds off of Jericho with 3 blue shirts in there, and it went off one of them.
So Matt, what do you think that Melton's going to have to do after transitioning from this long 3-point shooting game to now we see a driving game a little more physical?
This is where Robert Tansy shines as he makes a move, dishes it to Perry, waits, takes, and almost makes it as Savali pokes it out, but is unable to recover the ball as here's Varghese.
Smart play by Perry, waiting for man to come down.
As the missed shot by Ronan Ellis, rebound by Perry, stolen away. Here's Kim, gets it across to Ellis, and here's the Tron to Kim. Nice ball movement by the Jayhawks. This is what they emphasized coming to this game. Varghese to Kim. Kim goes up top to Citron. Back to Kim.
Jericho trying to make something happen, tiring them out by all those passes, but they just can't seem to get past that zone.
The zone had a gap where Varghese was, but he missed the shot. So now here's Tansy.
See this duo, Burns and Tansy up top. And let's see what they do for the rest of this quarter and the rest of this game here.
Kehoe, Savali, wide open 3. He's got it. Mitch Savali, the sophomore.
Yet another 3 shooting from the outside. It's great to see Mepham shooting big and sinking them in. You know, sometimes it's hard to watch a long game where it's just shot after shot is miss after miss, but we see Mepham on the money here.
And Kehoe has been a big factor. Why? put up 3 of Mepham's 4 3-pointers so far this game, as Varghese thought he might try another one, but he was fouled by Savali. So Varghese very aggressive with his shots, as Kehoe was able to find Savali. A perfect find with pressure on his face.
For sure, sometimes it's not always easy. We also see Savali is a sophomore, so we see that Mepham has a young team, and sometimes it's hard to come out with confidence and shooting and to play your game as a sophomore because you're intimidated by the older. But we see the younger classmen stepping up and playing their game.
And that's been a theme within all of Mepham sports for the past couple of 2 years. Last year we saw our class, this class of 2023, as sophomores kind of take over the world of Mepham sports, and this year the sophomores are also showing off not as much quantity, but a lot of high quality sophomores. A couple off the top of my head, Savali's one of them, of course. Kehoe on the track side of things, Don Manzarella, Mike Edelson, also on football. But as you can see, Kieran Kehoe, the sophomore, this underclassman, he's got 8-2-1 to start the game.
Looking good, and just like we said, Tyler Steinberg staying strong with his prediction.
Tyler Steinberg, much more accurate predictor than I am, as Kehoe looks to get to double digits. No, he gets it out to Shao. Now here is Tansy with Nick Wong up in his face. Tansy driving, Euro step, takes the shot. No good. It looks like he was fouled, so he'll go to the line.
Tansy's doing a good job driving in, seeing that open lane, but I think that if he drives in, pushes in, and looks for that outside shot, I think that's going to work for the Mepham team here.
I think also, I don't think anybody really was open. Mepham doesn't have their best shooting lineup on the floor. And Kehoe is obviously a shooter, but you want him down low trying to get rebounds. I talked to Coach Cable before the game. He said rebounding was a huge part of their game. And Tansy hits a second from the line. Here's Wong to Varghese. Now here's Young. Back to Wong.
Seeing a little bit of a change up, little bit of a change in the Jericho lineup right here, taking some of the starters out.
Yeah, here's Lenneberg inside to Varghese, and the shot was deflected and out of bounds off of the Pirates. So inbounding will be Isaac Varghese, who's been really leading this Jericho offense, and he's a junior. And if I'm not mistaken, all of his teammates currently on the court are seniors, as Nick Wong almost wasn't ready for that pass. Here's Lenneberg, back to Wong. Wong to Kim. Kim, nice handles. Shao all over him. Shot clock at 1, and Lenneberg is almost able to convert, but he can't. Had to force that shot with 1 second left on the shot clock. Now here's Tansy. Tansy driving.
That's going to be an offensive foul from Tansy. Going into that paint a little bit too strong without too much of a lane. A lot of times you can get away with that if you see a little bit, but I think that was just a little bit too much for the referee here.
Looks like it was a defensive foul, actually. So Tansy will be going to the line for 2. And it looks like we were a little confused by that one, too. I guess the refs established that. I'm not sure who tried to take the charge, but they assumed that his feet weren't set in time. I guess that's the only thing. That's the only thing I could come up with.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We're gonna have to see both teams, regardless, are gonna have to watch their fouls. But we're gonna see Tansy. He's been a great offensive player overall and sets the tone and has the ability to play and take over the games. He's one of their key players this year, and his average is about 17 points.
17 points a game, but his scoring has been a little bit limited today, as Kehoe has been their main offensive option today. Here's Wong. Wong to Citron. Back to Wong. Puts up a 3. Almost.
Deep outside.
Now here's Tansy again. Making a move. Driving inside. This is out to Kehoe. This is where he shines. That's his 4th 3-pointer of the game.
Got chills here, Mano. That's impressive from Kehoe, sophomore, stepping up and just sinking his shots. He's in the zone here.
Kehoe cannot miss from deep. Here's Ellis. Citron.
Mano, we don't want to Mano curse it.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. That was Ryan Kim with the 3.
We see Burns bringing up the ball. We haven't seen much of him this game, but him and Tansy usually a duo.
Yeah. Now here's Xiao with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Now here's Kehoe. Tansy now. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Tansy's got to make a move. He drives inside. This is it out to Burns, excuse me. Xiao. Burns able to nice pickup. And he puts up an off-balance shot and banks it home. Timmy Burns. So here's Citron. Just dropped under 2 minutes in the first half. And we got a foul on Burns after he made that incredible shot.
And that's going to be number 21 shooting for Jericho.
It's Ronan Ellis as we see this shot by Burns. Beautiful through the contact, excuse me. Could have been an and one.
Yeah.
It was very close.
Ronan Ellis, senior guard, is going to shoot here. He's going to sink that in.
So that was 1 and 1. So he made his first and take another one. So Ellis banks it. Ellis makes it cleanly, and now here's Tansy, and it's stolen, kept alive. Beautiful ball movement by the Jayhawks. Citron to Wong to Kim.
Just an incredibly athletic play, working hard, and Melvin's going to have to work harder to get past this press right here.
Almost a steal by Citron, but Tansy's able to bring it up the court. We have a timeout by the Pirates, and now that we have a little break in the action, we're going to send it up, see what Sean McCullen and Finn Corcoran-Doolin have for us at halftime.
Thanks, Lily. For more on what has unfolded in the first half, don't forget to stay tuned to the BMB halftime show, where me and Finn will break down the first half analysis of the Pirates versus the Jayhawks, where the Jayhawks seem to be starting to make a comeback.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Finn. Very excited to see what you guys have for us at halftime. So as we come out of this timeout, Jericho making a little bit of a late surge in the second quarter, only down 6 after being down as much as 10. So what do they need to do to get themselves fully back into this game?
Jericho's press has been working on Mepham. They have been working hard and being quick to that ball. We just saw a steal from there. And
They almost had another turnover too after committing 6 turnovers in the first 5 or so minutes of the game, give or take. And now they're the ones forcing the turnovers. It's a huge, huge point in this game that Jericho's trying to make. So
I think that's just going to be a huge part, is working hard and Mepham having to break that press from Jericho.
So Tansy, the mid-range shot off the nice feed from Xiao. Here's now Nick Wong. To Citron. Citron gets it inside to Ellis. Now here's Kim. Kim to Wong. All the way over to the left wing where Varghese is. Back to Citron. Inside, stolen by Perry. Gives it up to Burns. Timmy Burns drives, nice feed inside. Perry with the layup.
Beautiful not even communication, they didn't have to say anything, but Timmy Burns was able to read where his teammate was going, and that was a beautifully smooth play.
So at this point, we have 43 seconds left. Another steal by Jerry Xiao. Loses the handle, has to pass it. He does to Kehoe. Kehoe to Perry. Now back to Kehoe. Gets the reverse to Tansy. Makes a move.
23
2
seconds
guys
on
on
the
him.
shot clock here.
Like all the time in the world, but it's stolen by Nick Wong, and he gets the layup with the left hand. So here's Tansy.
Bum's going to have to come up with a play, or either in the last 5 seconds take a shot here.
Probably just let Tansy get the last shot. Or no, they might go to Kehoe.
They go to Kehoe this game.
That was out of bounds off the Jayhawks. We got 7 seconds left, and who do you think the Pirates are going to go to for this final shot?
I feel like if I were Mepham coach here, I would go to Kehoe. He's been on fire. End the first half on a great note, just like he's been doing, setting the tone for this whole first half, sorry.
We had a foul on Mepham, so you were right. Let's take a look. that ball movement by the Jayhawks. Something they wanted to emphasize coming into this game. So they're going to roll the ball up the court. Ronan Ellis is, and Citron might get the final shot as Xiao steps up.
7 seconds
They get
here.
to Varghese, to Kim, puts up a three, no good. Tansy's going to try and put up a long three-pointer, no good, but it was close. So now, at this point in the game, Mepham leads by 8, and Lily, it's been a good one so far. Kieran Kehoe has been on fire alongside Ryan Kim and Robert Tansey. So Pirates have to be excited with that second quarter. They played so well, and now we're going to send it over to Tyler Steinberg with Coach Bob Cable.
Of the Mepham Pirates. Coach, you're up 28-20. What is your team doing so well and then just being able to execute in the first half to be winning 28-20?
Yeah, we're making good decisions. We're taking good shots. We're moving the ball pretty well. We're doing a good job on the glass. We've been in this position before. We just got to combine it with another half of it.
Yeah, Coach. So what do you think are some things that, some adjustments that you guys are going to have to make to be able to come out on top in the second half?
Their pressure's giving us a little bit of a problem. We need to make sure we're making aggressive decisions, keep the ball in the middle of the court, stay out of the trapping areas, and keep rebounding. If we do that, we'll be okay.
Thank you, Coach, for your time, and good luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it.
Let's send it back to you, sportscasters.
So now we're going to send it now up to the studio with Sean McQuillan and Finn Corcoran-Doolin.
Thank you, Matt, and thank you, Lily. This is the BMB halftime show for our BMB game of the week between the Mepham Pirates and the Jericho Jayhawks. I'm Sean McQuillan alongside my co-host, Finnegan Corcoran-Doolin. And Finn, we've had a close one so far.
Very much, and as you see the score of the game there, and it's a tight game, 28-20, but man, Mepham almost losing it right in the end. That second quarter really was a surprising one, and the first one, it was back and forth a little bit, but I felt that second quarter was so dramatic. We see Mepham losing the ball, Mepham dominating 1 point. It kind of defines their season at some points to say the same, that it's just crazy and a little dramatic more than normal.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. The first quarter, we saw really low scoring. It was great defense. That man-to-man defense from Jericho got to the Pirates quick. And out of the first quarter, the score was 13-9. That's very low scoring. And then the second half, in the beginning, the Pirates take off for three-pointers, and then Jericho, with their last 3-minute drill, responds and makes it an 8-point game, which keeps the Jayhawks in this one, which has so far been good in favor for the Jayhawks.
Yeah, and, for sure in that sense, I think up to yet, the Jayhawks have been doing well, but again, they've been doing too much passing, as you see at times. There's not enough players taking the shot. I think more of their players need self-confidence to say, hey, let me just go for a shot outside the three, inside the paint, wherever. That's really, I think, what they need to go into the next half.
Yeah, Finn, and a surprise for the Mepham Pirates so far in this one. And you were just speaking about self-confidence is number 35, Kevin Perry. As you can see, running the floor perfectly right there. Timmy Burns, amazing bounce pass. And Kevin thought he got fouled, and rightfully so, and the ref didn't make the call there. And Kevin Perry's been very electric so far in this one.
Right.
It's his first game not starting all season long, so I could see how tough that is on an athlete, obviously. But so far, he's taken his six-man role excellent. He's shooting threes. He's shooting well. He's making great moves down low. He has stayed out of foul trouble. He's playing physical defense. He's been one of the special players so far for the Mepham Pirates.
Right, and you're totally right. And he's a really good sixth man, but he's really trying to prove something here, Sean. And it's more saying to the coach, I want to be a starter, and that's why tonight he's trying to show it.
Yeah, and so far Mepham's keys to the game have really shown off. Like the offensive boards we were talking about have really stood out. And just having good size advantage, like we were talking about Kevin Perry, Robert Tansey getting it done there. And just all around, building off last game have been great. And as we take a look at the Jayhawks so far, offensively, great. Defensively, even better. And, as small ball of a team Jericho may be, they've just been really good on the offensive end, taking smart shots, great ball movement, and have been very athletic from time to time. And at the end of the second quarter, we're pressuring the Pirates a lot.
Yeah, and, you're totally right. But I think really the tip for this game is both sides really have to get better on the defensive end. I think at times it's been good. There was a lot more turnovers. We saw Kevin Perry get a turnover right in the end. But again, for both offenses, let's not lose possession on the ball. That's been a huge thing as well. I know that I think Jerry Chow right there just had the ball, and then Rob Tanzi recovered it. And here's a replay. What a pass from Jerry. Oh, my. That was an unbelievable play from Timothy Burns, too, with that layup. Yeah. Unbelievable from Mepham. Yeah. See that pass right through the legs, and that's what Jerry can bring to the team. He wasn't a starter for the first few games of the season, but as I said right before the game, possibly Mepham's best dribbler on this team.
Yeah, and as you saw there also, Timmy, not as big of a point guard as you would want, but has just been getting it done. And also looking more towards the BMB YouTube channel, as you see on your screen now, is the BMB morning announcements every Friday morning. And start off your Friday morning with our critically acclaimed news show. Ava Scheffler, yours truly, Haley Hepworth, have your news. Sid Elasetti brings you this week's installment of What Is That? Hannah Broxmeyer sits down with Kieran Keogh, who's been dominating on the court so far on this week's version of Around Campus. Cumulin Numis Charles returned with your weather, and Matt Mano left the meteorologist part and left it kind of behind and brought you back with the fastest minute of Mepham sports. And you can only get this on BMB.
Right. Amazing. Love to watch. Everybody in their classroom watches it. And let's talk about the midweek update. It is every Wednesday, so make sure you watch it there. Midweek update. You can see our rotation of hosts talking about everything happening around the Mepham community and a look back at all things Mepham, along with Jake Manna with your midweek update in Mepham sports, as well as all new Morgan being Morgan.
Yeah, maybe Jake's starting to take his brother's spot.
Right. Yep. Young Manna.
After. Yeah. Maybe little Mano's taking over big Mano's spot. It's brotherly love, I guess. But anyways, just talking more about this game, and the last 2 minutes was really, really important for the Jayhawks, you know. They could have gotten into the second half being down by 10-plus points, but instead only down by 8, which is huge for the Jayhawks in so many ways because this season so far, the Pirates have shown their struggles in the second half. They've gotten tired out.
Yeah, and, you know, you're totally right. And this season, they haven't won a game yet in Conference A1. Well, let's send it back down to our sportscasters with Matt Mano and Tyler Steinberg to show you into the second half.
So we are getting ready here for the second half of this game. Obviously it's been a tight game, 28 Mepham and then 20 Jericho. So, Mano, what do you think are some things that we're expecting to see going into this, second half that are going to be kind of changes for the Jericho to get back in this game?
So for Jericho, I'm expecting Nick Wong to be playing the entire second half. I think him and Ryan Kim might be able to pair up, be that elite duo that Jericho really has lacked throughout the entire game, have had that scoring option. And now, to see what Jericho can do more, we're going to send it over to Lily Yepes.
Hello, I'm Lily Yepes, and I'm here with head coach from Jericho Jayhawks, Coach Backman. So, Coach, you're down 28-20. So what are some things that you think you could have done better this first half?
Boxed out a little bit better, made better decisions with the basketball, and we shot very poorly. Okay. And played better defense.
Okay. So what are you going to do now to fix it and hopefully come back?
Hopefully we could stop number 24. We've got 11 points or so, and number 11. Okay. If we could do that, we have a shot. Okay. All right?
Thank you so much, and good luck. And now back to you guys.
Thanks, Lily, as we get ready for the second half. Coming back in about 2 minutes. So, as I was saying, for Jericho, I think Wong and Kim, Jericho needs threes to get back into this game. I think the inside game, the post up, they haven't really been driving well. They have a lot of guys with good handles, a lot of good ISO players, and those are Wong and Kim. I think those two are going to go to work in the second half. And as far as Mepham, I think it's going to be the Kieran Kehoe show. Who am I kidding? Yeah. It's just going to be the Kehoe show for the entire game, and Mepham would not like anything less because Kehoe has been shooting the lights out. And remember, this kid's 6'2", right?
Yeah,
much taller than me.
Yeah, it's definitely not normal to be that tall and be able to shoot.
And remember, he's a sophomore, and he's a sophomore, and he's shooting the lights out. He was almost dunking as a freshman. This is a straight up athlete, and Coach Cable said when we talked to him at the beginning of the season that he's going to be the #1 offensive option moving forward. But I think forward is now for Kieran Kehoe.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, he's a tremendous athlete. He's a 3-season athlete. He mixes off between volleyball and football, and then obviously now playing basketball, and then in the spring he plays baseball. He's an amazing athlete. And so far, he's been lights out from the three-point line. Jericho has done a lot of double, they've either pressed, they've been very aggressive on that ball, and then we've seen a lot of double teams. So obviously, Mepham's been able to get out of those double teams, and that's kind of led to the big men being open. And that's one of those challenges that we knew coming in was going to be possibly a problem for Mepham. But guys like Kieran Kehoe and Kevin Perry have really stepped up to the plate with that.
Yeah, Kieran Kehoe, and it looks like the original starting 5 for the Pirates, as you can see right in front of us, are going to be starting the second half. As Kieran Kehoe is going to be playing a huge role in the second half, and I just watched him jump up and literally grab the rim. So this kid can play. I wouldn't be shocked if you get Kehoe on a fast break is my wish for the second half. I want to see him dunk.
Yeah, I agree. If you see him one-on-one, you're not going to try to step in front of him, really. Unless you can take a charge, but that's really just asking for a highlight reel play from Kieran Kehoe. And the way that he's been playing today, I would not expect anything different than that.
Yeah, I agree. And we've just been talking on and on about Kieran Kehoe, but we cannot discount the work of Robert Tanzi, because he is far and away the Pirates' best offensive player in general as a whole. Tanzi is the complete package. He can shoot, he can drive, and he can lead the offense as a point guard. So he really does set the tone for the Mepham Pirates offense. And while he hasn't really been showing up on the score sheet today, his efforts have been tremendous. He's been getting the Pirates out of near turnover situations with his passing ability and also his ability just to finish at the rim. He's been getting he's been driving through tough contact and finishing around the rim, which you don't really see a lot of out of him. So Tanzi has also been huge for the Pirates as we get back to the game at the Mepham Pirates and the Jericho Jayhawks.
Yeah,
28-20 Pirates lead at the start of the third.
Yeah, you definitely couldn't have said it better. Tanzi is just a playmaker. That's what he is. He has an amazing mid-range jump shot, but it's really just how quick he is with the ball. He's able, we've seen multiple times where Jericho has just kind of pressed him, and at least 90% of the time, he's been able to get out of that, make a quick pass, and he has, I believe, 2 or 3 assists just off of Kieran Kehoe shooting 3. So the passing has been dominant from Mepham as we are underway in the second half. Tanzi's going to be one-on-one with Luke Citron.
I can't believe we forgot about Jericho's full court press to Citron, and it's Kehoe. That's his 5th 3 of the game. It's his 5th 3.
He's been unbelievable so far, Kieran Kehoe. He's been lights out from the three-point line, and you cannot let that man shoot. As Luke's going to have the ball at the 10-foot line, he's going to pass it back to Kim. Kim is going to be a little mix-up with the ball here in the corner. Jake trying to find a pass. He's going to pass it back out to Kim. Good ball movement now here for Jericho. Trying to find something on the perimeter. Almost getting the turnover there is Tanzi, but nothing there. Definitely a close play, though, as we're going to take a look at this replay.
The 3-pointer by Kehoe. Found him on the left wing, and he was wide open. And, Kieran Kehoe, we've talked enough about him. He does not miss open from 3.
Yeah, clearly he's doing something right in his morning routine with the way he's playing right now.
Tim Burns almost had a steal there, and he just lost his footing. He's wearing volleyball shoes instead of basketball shoes, so he's kind of sliding all over the court.
Kim here. Going to pass it back to Luke. A lot of fast movement here for Jericho. As Kim's going to be open for 3. Not going to be there. He's going to be off the front rim. As Kehoe going to be with the rebound. Tanzi's going to have the ball now.
Is Kehoe on double watch, maybe even triple double watch? Because Kehoe's been all over the place. He's been rebounding. He's been shooting the ball. Guarantee he's got a couple of assists too.
Yeah,
Kehoe's been everywhere.
Definitely. I'm pretty sure he has, maybe already has his 10 points on the game. He's definitely at least at 9. We can tell you that, but I believe he is over 10.
Kehoe is, if I'm not mistaken, and my calculations don't fail me, Kehoe is at 17.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. Either way, and he's been lights out here. As Kim's going to shoot another shot from the perimeter, this time he's going to hit it. Huge there for Jericho as they start to slowly pull back in this game here.
I'm telling you right now, Tyler, I'm breaking the mano curse. It's been Kehoe and Kim, like I said during halftime, as collisions occur between Varghese and Shell. And the foul on Gershwin.
They're going to give Heller the 2 shots here, I believe.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. And free throws for the Pirates have also been huge today. Typically, it's what puts them out of games, but now that they're hitting them, I think they're only missed one, and Heller was the one who missed so this could be big.
First shot. It's going to be up and good. Owen Heller hitting a huge free throw there. I mean, we talk about Owen Heller all the time. Being a freshman, he's so talented. He's one of the guys that is easily going to be the future of this team, as the second shot's going to be up and good. So hitting both there, I mean, he's unbelievable. He's got an amazing jump shot, but, you know, he's just a guy that makes an impact on both sides of the court.
That one might have went off Xiao's foot.
Jericho with some good ball movement now. Almost a turnover there, but Luke's going to bring the ball back to Kim. Kim's going to pass it in the corner. For three, it's not going to be good. Good rebound there. He's going to be up, and it's going to be no good, but he's going to get a foul.
Jake Gershwin has absolutely no fear in the world. One up, knew he was going to get decked. And Timmy Burns is not exactly the smallest man in the world. And Gershwin took a hit.
Yeah.
And was able to get the foul.
Yeah, I mean, that's sometimes what you got to do. You got to be physical down low, and that can lead to foul shots just like this. He's able to bury the first one. But, I mean, you know, free throws are such an underrated part of basketball. They're called free throws for a reason, and Jake Gershwin is a guy that draws a lot of them. I mean, you know, he's so physical down low. He's been amazing so far this game as, you know, I mean, the junior is just so talented. He's in almost every offensive play, as the second shot's going to be up and good. But he's such a dominant player for the Jayhawks, and a guy that they're going to need to be involved early here.
And we also have to, as Timmy Burns, sees he left, and one! Timmy Burns, he's the volleyball player, not afraid of confrontation, and he gets that one in contact.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, that was just an amazing play there. Quick passing, and then Burns is able to bury the N1.
So, Timmy Burns was incredible. He was in the right place at the right time. He was able to get the shot. Unfortunately for him, could not get the free throw to fall.
So Luke's going to bring the ball up here, passing half court. It's going to be passed on the wing to Kim. It's going to be back to Luke. Luke's faking a bounce pass. Going to have the ball playing a little slow here. He's going to pass it all the way around to Isaac. Isaac's going to pass it down low. We're going to wait for the call here. I believe it's going to be on Kevin Perry.
And Kevin Perry, I think that was only his second foul of the game, which is actually pretty surprising. Kevin Perry and the Pirates as a whole, typically they get into a lot of foul trouble early, but Kevin Perry is a player that fouls out of a game often. He sometimes jokes about it with me when I see him in the halls, but Kevin Perry doing a great job staying out of foul trouble today, as number 35 is doing a great job getting down low, posting up.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. I mean, Kevin Perry and this Mountain Pirates team in general is a very physical team, and sometimes that helps them. It can cause a lot of turnovers, as we've seen. Jericho is forcing a lot of passes, and that's a big reason why they have 25 points, and Mepham is so far leading this game. But, I mean, you know, fouls have been a huge reason why they've been losing a lot of games this season. I mean, they're letting teams get in the bonus, and once you get late into those games, that can be crucial. So we're going to see how that plays out. But Robert Tanzi, so far, having a good day. 8 points, 4 rebounds, and him and Kieran Kehoe have been just, I mean, amazing is an understatement so far this game.
And Robert Tanzi, 4 of those assists, I think all 4 of those assists has went to, let's play a little guessing game. Who do you think all 4 of those assists have went to?
Yeah, I mean, if I had to put my money on it, I'd probably say Kieran Kehoe. So.
Yeah, I'm not a betting man, but you definitely would have won.
So as we see here, the inbound, it's going to be top of the key now.
Vart. So at this point in the game, the zone for Mepham is kind of breaking, and that'll be huge later in this game.
Jayhawks with some quick ball movement now. He's going to pass to the top of the key. He's going to pump fake. And Isaac making a pump fake, moving his feet just a little too quick, and it's going to be a travel call. Mepham ball.
And these turnovers have been huge for the Jayhawks. I think they're in double-digit turnovers already. And Mepham's done a great job of forcing the turnovers. They haven't done exactly the best job limiting them. They've had a couple of ill-advised passes, but all in all, the turnover battle is being won by Mepham. That's another thing that Coach Cable and I talked about pre-game on Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge, obviously. You never want to turn over the ball. And if you're going to turn the ball over, at least you're forcing them as well. As Jerry here is going to make a quick line in the back, and Owen Heller is just wide open. He's on an island in the paint, and he's going to capitalize for the 2 points. A mental mistake there for Jericho, and you cannot afford that if you want to come back in this game.
I don't think I saw anyone that wide open the entire game. Owen Heller just found a soft spot in that Jericho zone, which has been relatively sound throughout the entire game as Tanzi puts it up and in.
Yeah, I mean, that was an unbelievable finish by Tanzi, just picking up his dribble extremely quickly and getting by the 3 defenders here. This Gershwin down low is going to pass to the top of the key now. Waiting for a play here for the Jayhawks. It's going to be Luke and a little back and forth now. It's going to be to the wing to Kim. Kim's going to pass it back to Wong. Wong to Kim. He's trying to get their shooters open here. There's Luke now with the ball, making a bounce pass down low. Shot's going to be up, and it's going to be good by Roman Ellis. We're going to have a little bit of physical altercation. It's going to be Mepham's ball.
Tansy getting a little bit upset. Not sure what for. Let's take a look at that one. Tansy doing a great job driving through the finish.
Yeah, I mean, that was an amazing job. Just him being able to pick up his dribble, stumbled a little bit, was able to recover his feet, his footing, and then being able to bury the 2 points. Is Tansy not able to see the ball there?
I don't think he was ready at all.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a mental error there. Burns trying to pass it to Tansy, and Tansy not seeing it. So they're going to probably talk about that for a second and just see really what happened, what went wrong on that play.
Tansy just simply was not ready for that pass. As we're going to see Nick Wong dribble this one up.
So we're going to have a drive here. Kehoe trying to contest the shot. He's going to get just enough in the attacker's face here. As Tansy's going to bring the ball up now. Tansy one-on-one with Wong. Brennan Tansy getting ready to go in.
I really hope he doesn't check up for his brother, because that'd be a huge loss for the Pirates as Kehoe takes a huge foul.
Yeah, I mean, Robert Tansy's not a guy that we see come out much. Turns out that Brennan Tansy will be coming in and Burns will be coming out. So an interesting change there for the Pirates is they want to get maybe a little bit faster, a little bit more speed. And, Brennan Tansy's a guy that creates a lot of turnovers. So look for that to be a factor as we continue in this third quarter. Wong's going to bring up the ball past half court. Trying to get any sort of pick and roll that they can. Nothing's going to be there. As Luke's going to have the ball at the three-point line. Going to pass it down low. Going a little 1-2-3 passing here. Shot's going to be up. It's going to be no good. We're going to have a foul call.
Heller might have.
Call's going to be on Brennan Tansy. So we're going to have 2 shots here for Nick Wong.
It's on Tansy, and I'm not really sure what for. I mean, I definitely saw Wong go down, but I don't think it was on Tansy. I thought that might have been on Heller for a violation of the landing zone.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, both guys were there, being physical, but Nick Wong has been amazing so far this game. I mean, there hasn't been too much so far that's been great for Jericho, but, I mean, Nick Wong is one of those guys that, we see a lot getting involved there as we take a look at the foul. So
yeah, I'm not sure. That might a little bit of a ticky-tack foul.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, but at the end of the day, you move on.
They've been called, and the referees have stayed consistent with this kind of foul, which makes it not egregious. I mean, it wasn't a lot of contact, but that's been called throughout the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, all we can ask for is consistency from the refs. Is Jerry's now going to have the ball. He's going to pass it to a wide-open Tansy in the corner, and he's going to hit it. This Mepham team right now is looking like the Golden State Warriors. They are hitting every 3 that they can right now. So Luke at the top of the key is going to pass it down to Gershwin, and almost had an amazing finish there, but airballing it. It's a turnover here. Luke's going to be wide open for the layup.
Jerry that was incredible. At the end. Incredible effort by Luke Citron. Unable to get the finish, but able to create a nice turnover. And I cannot help but imagine Rob Tansy and Kieran Kehoe as the Splash Brothers, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, after you said that. That was one of your greatest hits.
Yeah, I mean, obviously commentator curse is real, but maybe I'm getting a little lucky right now. As we're going to have Wong. He's going to make some passes now. Luke at the top of the key. Back down to Wong. Back. A little passing here. Good ball movement. Making that Mepham defense move their feet a little bit. Something that we've seen them struggle with so far. Is the pass is going to be down low. Shot's going to be up and good. Roman Ellis.
Something I noticed with Jericho, aside from Ryan Kim, Jericho has been borderline afraid to shoot the ball. You see guys like Nick Wong, Luke Citron, Isaac Varghese, who've been simply just get the ball, have open space, and they immediately pop it. But as you see, Luke Citron, great steal, physical steal right there. Heller just lost the handle. And at this point in the game, those are the kind of plays that'll win you a game in Mepham. They cannot keep having that, as Heller just lost the handle, I think. That might not have been a steal. It might have just been a turnover.
Yeah, I mean, either way how you put it, Jericho's starting to pick up their intensity, pick up the pace. And, as we've seen, I mean, this game has kind of stayed at that 10-point, Mepham lead, but now all of a sudden Jericho is starting to slowly chip away. They got to kind of cut down on some of the turnovers that Jericho's been having, and they got to cut down on these Mepham shooters that have just been hitting every opportunity that they have. But Jericho's starting to pick up that speed, pick up that intensity.
I think Jericho needs to start getting the ball to Ryan Kim more. Ryan Kim has been the only Jayhawk who I have not seen any fear in to shoot the ball. He was about to shoot that three. He was about to shoot that three-pointer from almost the logo, and Ryan Kim, I think he would have hit that shot, no less. He just saw Kieran Kehoe coming up on him, and he did not want to take it with Kehoe up in his face, so he decided to pass. But that's the kind of energy that the Jericho shooters need throughout this entire game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Wong has definitely been open a couple times, but he's definitely not afraid to shoot the ball. We're going to have a travel call on Tansy. Tansy definitely furious there with the ref with a little reaction, but either way you put it, it's going to be Jericho ball.
Throughout these games that I've been watching Tansy, I've noticed that Tansy is a very animated player. He cares a lot about his team, cares a lot about winning. And Tansy, I think, was just more mad at himself than anything.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. He's definitely a passionate player, and you got to have passion if you want to go out there and play the basketball. But either way, showing some frustration there. So now, Jericho playing along the three-point line, trying to find any three they can get. It's going to be a quick pump fake, and the shot's going to be up and good. A player that's been heating up a little bit is Roman Ellis. He's starting to heat up. He's hit a couple of those mid-range jumpers.
He's starting to heat up. The entire Jericho team's starting to heat up.
Yeah,
those unforced errors as Tansy just simply dropped Nick Wong.
We're going to have no shot here on the foul, so it's going to be Mepham possession. But, I mean, a good pump fake. Got Ellis jumping a little bit, and then Perry just trying to put the shot up. Obviously wasn't able to get it in time here as Burns is going to have the inbound pass.
If we have the replay of what Tansy just did to Nick Wong, can we please show that again? What a move by Rob Tansy. That's what Mepham needs to do to keep themselves in this game, because Jericho, objects in your rearview mirror are closer than they see or closer than they appear, and Jericho is that object in your rearview mirror right about now as Tansy. That's what they need right there.
Yeah, I mean, Tansy this whole game has just found a rhythm. I mean, he is hitting almost every mid-range shot that he has taken here. As Jericho, again, showing some good ball movement on the perimeter, but they've struggled to kind of try to get it down low and being able to capitalize to some of those points in the paint. Here, Wong going to pass it back to Kim. Kim back to Wong. Wong trying to find anything down low, not going to be there. Playing a little back and forth game here. As Kim's going to put the shot up and he's going to hit it. Perry was right in his face the whole way, but Wong shooting over Perry, who is definitely not small at all. I mean, Perry's, 6'1", 6'2", also, alongside Kehoe. So there's Kehoe's going to pull from the corner, and he's going to hit it.
6 threes. That's 6 threes from Kieran Kehoe. He's been automatic from that left side corner.
For sure. I mean, they're starting to trade threes back-to-back here. Now Jericho is going to try to respond with something of their own. Luke.
Ball movement along the wing for Jericho has been incredible.
Shot's going to be up, and it's not going to be good now. Again, a little confusion, and the shot's going to be an air ball. But, either way, not including that shot, I mean, the threes are here. I mean, we have seen a more modern era way of basketball, but we haven't seen too much dirty work down in the paint. It's been a lot of three-point shooting here. As Tansy's going to turn the ball over here. A good play there by Nick Wong. As Luke's going to go the other way, pass it to Gershwin. Oh, we're going to have a physical play here. It's going to be 2 shots for Jake Gershwin. Definitely, a challenge in one-on-one going against Kieran Kehoe, but showed that he was not able, he wasn't afraid to take the contact here as we look at the replay.
Yeah, that looked like it might have been all ball there, but he had enough. Got enough of Gershwin to be able to call the foul. And again, this is just those kind of fouls that are being called throughout the entire game. It's just one of those kind of calls that'll vary from game to game.
Yeah, I mean, first shots are good, but I don't think it was the ball really that they called. It was more of the fact that instead of Kehoe kind of staying still trying to take that charge, it was more of him jumping maybe and trying to just, maybe draw any contact with the stomach at all. But, again, I mean, there was a couple things we saw there. But, again, I mean, there hasn't been – they've been calling some calls that have been a little questionable. But either way, so third quarter over. Mepham's got a 47-42 lead here. So what do you think are some things that Mepham has done a really good job of so far that we've seen that, has them winning 47-42 and, going into this fourth quarter?
Well, I think Mepham at this point is hanging on for dear life, in my opinion. Mepham really has been committing a lot of unforced errors, a lot of travels, a lot of fouls that really have been contributing to this Jericho run. I think at this point they've cut their deficit from a 10 to now 5. I think their deficit was about upwards of 12, 14 points at some points in the game. So Jericho is making a huge comeback. And Tyler, I gotta ask you, what do they need to continue this, to keep them in this game?
Well, I mean, first thing is don't let Kieran Kehoe touch the ball right now. I mean, him and Robert Tanzi also. I mean, every time they have the ball, they've been almost automatic here as we take a look at the replay. I mean, again, as you were talking about, I mean, the
turnovers.
Turnovers, unforced errors that Mepham doesn't really need to take, and that's kind of been a factor here. As we look at the contested 3 there by Ryan Kim again. I mean, that was a hard shot. That's harder than it looks for sure. But I think it's just Mepham's got to start playing smart, playing slow, controlling the clock, controlling time of possession. And Jericho's done a good job of forcing Mepham kind of out of their comfort zone.
And I think Ryan Kim is going to be one of those guys who it's going to be Kieran Kehoe and Ryan Kim trading threes at the end of this game if it comes down to it. If it comes down to who's going shot for shot, I guarantee we'll be seeing 24 in white and 5 in blue and gold trading shots as we get into fourth quarter action with the Pirates leading 47-42 over Jericho. Here's Tanzi. Stops, gives it to Burns, turn around, gets the layup.
Good reaction there by Burns. Didn't look like he was quite ready for that pass, but able to recover, catch the ball, and then put up the clean layup.
As an outside hitter in volleyball, Timmy Burns is one of the guys who's able to have great reaction time, is able to adjust. Is able to adjust to our own Sean McQuillan sets on the volleyball court too. So at this point in the game, a mid-range shot. Ronan Ellis misses, and Perry dumps it up to Kehoe. Back to Burns to Tanzi now.
Look for Mepham to start playing slow and trying to control the time of possession.
Yeah, every point matters in a game like this as Kehoe goes inside, and that's what he's known for doing.
I don't think you can even guard that. I mean, Kehoe just jumped right over him and made a huge contested shot. Good play there by Kieran Kehoe.
So Citron to Wong, back to Citron. Here's Kim, puts up a 3. Bang!
I mean,
Ryan Kim's on fire tonight.
I mean, both these guards, and Nick Wong and Ryan Kim, have been shooting lights out here. As it's kind of been the other way with Tanzi and Kehoe. So those are 2 players are going to be very key to watch if Jericho's going to make a comeback.
It's Perry, turnaround floater, no good, and we have our first jump ball of the game. And since Mepham won the opening tip, this will go the way of the Jayhawks.
Yeah, I mean, again, a quick physical play there as Perry wasn't able to hit that kind of quick turnaround floater, and then just, Jericho playing, showing their energy here as we take a look at the replay. I mean, just an unbelievable shot there by Ryan Kim. I mean, he is starting to heat up alongside Nick Wong, and these 2 players look like you could put just about anyone in front of them, and they're going to hit it.
And I also noticed that Jericho's using a new defensive arrangement. They've got Jake Gershwin trying to take hits from Kevin Perry. As another 3, Isaac Varghese. But as I was saying, Gershwin is now on Perry. Those 2 are the most physical on the court. And you've got height on height. Ronan Ellis on Kehoe as Tanzi puts up an ill-advised shot, no good. Now here's Ellis. Here's Kim on the wing. Stops, gets it to Varghese. Here's Wong. On the other side to Kim. Now here's Gershwin, ball on the ground. Timeout taken by Coach Cable.
I think one thing that we've seen here from Jericho is, obviously they're not the biggest lineup. They definitely, they have some small guards, but they have shooters. That's really what they have. And one thing that Mepham's kind of been struggling with a little bit is Jericho's getting everyone involved, as we've seen. I mean, Jake Gershwin has gotten the ball down low plenty of times. That's kind of what's happened in the first half. And now all of a sudden we're starting to see these shooters shoot.
Yeah, and this is what they needed to do throughout this game. Ryan Kim needed to get more involved. They're getting their senior shooters involved. And the great ball movement, Varghese wide open. And I've also noticed throughout the whole game, if you take a look at where Jericho has played, the 3-point line, they're about a foot, 2 feet off the 3-point line. And they're taking deep threes, and they're hitting almost all of them.
I mean, for sure. I mean, on top of that, having guys like Kieran Kehoe and Kevin Perry try to step up and guard these threes. So, obviously taking, a step or 2 back, but also having, someone that is north of 6'2" at least running and jumping at you. So it's definitely no easy task for these Jericho shooters, but they've been able to capitalize. But again, I mean, Kieran Kehoe is a guy that it's not normal to be 6'2", 6'3", and be able to shoot that well. I mean, for his size, he is so athletic. Has a clean jumper, and, that's been a huge factor for Mepham.
That's exactly right. So we get back to action with Timmy Burns. Going to take the inbound with 5:59 in the game, and the Pirates leading by 3. So the referees sort something out. So we wait the call from the ref.
We got a quick explanation here from the ref. So it's going to be Mepham ball here. Burns is going to inbound the pass.
They're going to reset the shot clock as Mepham gained possession. And they lost it and then regained it and then it went out of bounds off Jericho. So Coach Cable called timeout. So they're going to reset the shot clock for the Pirates.
So, we're going to look to see the Pirates here. I mean, as we've said, Jericho has kind of continued to go on this amazing run, really just led by the three-point shooting of them. And Mepham's kind of got to find a way to maybe switch up their defense a little bit to stop these Jericho shooters from shooting. They've been wide open a lot of the times. And on top of that, even when they've contested them, they've been hitting their shots.
And something I've noticed throughout this whole game, we'll get to that later, as we have a scrum on the floor for the ball, and it's jump ball. It will go the way of the Pirates, but as I was saying, something that's huge at this point in the game is Kevin Perry. We haven't seen him much on the stat sheet, but his lack of fouls is huge. At this point in the game, he's got 3, 4, maybe even 5 fouls, and having a guy like him, who's as tall as he is, he can take hits inside like he can as he gets the ball, drives, turn around, fade away, no good. As here's Varghese dribbling up the court. Varghese using that speed. And the foul.
Call's going to be
on Shao.
Yeah, again, though, free throws were one of the most underrated, stats in the game. People overlook free throws so much, but, when you have guys like Kevin Perry who do normally play a physical game and cause a lot of fouls, it gets, letting a team like Jericho, who are amazing at shooting in the bonus, and that's something you can't do.
Now here's Kim. Back to Wong. Onto the left wing. Looked for Kim. Goes his way. Kim gets it to Varghese. Puts up a 3. No good. Inside. We had a foul on Gershwin.
They're going to get him for an over-the-top call. We're going to get a 30-second timeout here for Jericho. So, as we've seen, Jericho again, they're
full timeout.
They're really heating up here as we take a look at this replay. Again, as we've seen, that shot just barely in and out, and then obviously we have the call here. But again, these Mepham shooters and the Jericho shooters both have been extremely well so far in this game.
So, at this point, I need some predictions from you, Tyler, because I'm going to be honest with you. You have been on fire the entire game. Your prediction skills have rubbed off on me. I'm kind of breaking my in-game mana curse throughout the game. So you're doing incredible. I want to know what you predict the finish of this game is going to look like.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Jericho has been playing extremely well. It's kind of been for every 6 or 7 points that Jericho scores, Mepham's kind of chipped in with that maybe 3 or 4 points. But at the same time, both teams play very physical, very fast. But I'm going to have to give the edge so far to the Pirates. Again, we've seen Jericho play very well, but just as of recently, I would say the last minute or so, Jericho's starting to slow down just a tad bit, just starting to miss some shots.
I think fatigue's starting to set in. If it's coming from me, I think fatigue at this point starting to set in. It's kind of this point, it's just everything you have left in the tank. I think both teams are emptying it, desperate for a win in the conference. As these two teams have combined in the conference for only 1 win, so every win at this point matters big time.
For sure. Jericho hasn't really used their bench as much as Mepham, so that may be starting to kick in.
And that'll be on Nick Wong. We've seen the starters for the Pirates been playing the vast majority of this game. We only got seen 6, 7 guys hit the floor for the Pirates today.
Yeah, they're definitely not using as much as their bench, as usual. But, both teams really have kind of stick with their starters for the most part. And I don't blame them. You got to stick to what works. And when it's a close game like this, you got to get your best guys out there.
So now here's Shao. Over to Tanzi, guarded closely by Wong. Pull up, mid-range, no good. That's normally his shot. Here's Burns, through the contact. Swatted away, erased by Ellis. Now here's Kim driving. We haven't seen a lot of his layup package, but that was one off the back of the rim. So Tanzi stops, drives to his left, loses it, gets it back. This is it out to Kehoe. It's to Perry. Back up to Kehoe. Excuse me, that's Tanzi now. Puts up a 3. Bang!
What a shot by Robert Tanzi. Good screen coming right off it, and then, you know, the quick little shot. And all, I mean, that was just exactly what the Pirates needed to maybe kind of shift that momentum.
Tansey with a huge shot with a hand in his face as Varghese looking to trade. No good.
Aggressive approach here for Jericho so far. Starting to take a little bit deeper threes, as we said earlier, taking a step or two back, but that looked like at least 3 or 4 steps. So some deep threes here for Jericho.
So here's Shao. Tansey wanted Shao to go around the screen, tried to set a pick for him. Here's Perry. Burns going around the corner. Here's Kehoe. A timeout by Coach Cable with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. And Owen Heller was about to check into that game, so that might have an impact in this game. I wonder who Heller would have came in for, though.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's a big guy, you know, definitely tall with an amazing jump shot. As take a look at that three-pointer there by Robert Tansey, and just, I mean, what a shot. I mean, that was perfectly played out, you know, exactly how the Pirates wanted it. And, I mean, they needed it. I mean, that was at one of the most crucial points of the game where Jericho was starting to outplay Mepham a little bit in this fourth quarter, and then, you know, the Pirates just coming back with a 3, and that's kind of started to slow down Jericho a little bit.
So for Robert Tansey, I was just put it up, and it was a perfect shot by Robert Tansey, and that was huge for momentum purposes. And Robert Tansey has been huge in this game. And I have a little sheet of notes here, something I wrote. If you're not sure if it will focus, but I wrote next to Robert Tansey's name, can't miss, because he could not miss throughout the entire game. You know, while we're at it, I might as well write that by Kieran Kehoe's name, because he cannot miss at all today.
Yeah, both those guys have been playmakers for the Pirates, and they're the main reason why the Pirates are kind of leading the way they are right now.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you can even read my handwriting, as it's been unanimously declared the sloppiest handwriting in BMB. But
I think I can beat you that. I think I can take on that challenge for sure.
Point to your handwriting. Point to your handwriting, please.
I actually didn't write on this paper.
Oh. So let's get back to game action as Tansey throws it away. That's huge. Yeah. Jericho's going to get a free possession here.
Yeah, I mean, again, the mental errors for the Pirates have kind of been real recently. I mean, that's just something you can't do. It's a simple little back pass to Burns and a little miscommunication. We've seen that a couple times between Tansey and Burns.
So here's Varghese to Kim, unafraid to shoot, almost and one. The landing zone foul on Tansey, and he is visibly upset.
It's going to be 3 shots there for Jericho, and again, I mean, this is exactly what they need to get back.
I think that they called that contact with the shooter.
Yeah.
And Tansey barely grazed him, but again, I think this is like the 3rd time I've said it. It's been what they've been calling throughout the entire course of the game. Kim goes, it's his first.
I mean, you know, that's all the refs. We just hope for be consistent. I mean, yeah, it's maybe been a little soft, but they've been consistent kind of on both sides. Just like, you know, balancing out whether it's been some quick jump shots. You know, I mean, Tansey has kind of been drawing a ton of fouls as well as we take a look at that replay there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tansey being a little aggressive, obviously, on that jump. He had to make a play, and you know.
Kim, you missed a 3rd shot by Kim. He hit all 3 of them. Tansey directing traffic. 3 minutes remain. And a close game between Mepham and Jericho. Here's Tansey. Gets it to Heller. Perry just going to reset Burns. Burns to Perry. Makes a move. Gets it to Tansey. Goes around the screen by Perry. Stops. Good pass. Burns can't handle it cleanly to get a shot off. Good catch by Tansey. Hop step. And a travel on Robert Tansey.
Yeah, I mean, he tried hitting, maybe looked like either a hop step or a Euro step, and is starting to play a little physical, but Jericho is starting to step up on Tansey. They're realizing that right now he is the hot hand for the Pirates, and they're starting to neutralize him, and he's, you know, Tansey, they're trying to get in Tansey's head a little bit.
Yeah, so here's Varghese and Perry. That was off of him. Tried to get the steal. So Varghese with the inbound.
Jericho now starting. I mean, we're seeing Mepham starting to commit some fouls and some bad plays. Is almost turning over there to Burns.
And Jericho caught a break as the shot's no good. And the timeout is Oh, no, jump ball.
They're going to call it.
It's called. They couldn't get the timeout in time. But it's okay. It was Ronan Ellis covered the ball, and the possession arrow will go towards Jericho.
Ellis looks to be in just a little bit of pain from that land and took a hard fall. Was trying to fight for that ball. So, he looks to be okay, just shaking it off a little bit.
Ellis to Kim. A little bit of hesitation. That's not what you want from your shooter, but he takes this one. No good. Tansey with the board.
Mountain Pirates got to start slowing it down again. They're starting to play a little too fast for themselves, starting to turn it over and make some mental errors. So look for them to start playing a little slower and playing a little smarter.
Here's Tansey. Tansey puts up a three. No good. Rebound Burns. Saves it. What a play. Got picked up by Nick Wong and the Jayhawks. Here's Kim. Dishes it out. Ellis puts up a high-arcing three. No good. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Pirates with 1:40 left in the game.
Good effort there by Burns. Amazing hustle. Saw the shot was going out of bounds and just made an unbelievable effort there as we take a look at the replay, the missed shot there by Ryan Kim. But, Jericho's starting to have the right mindset. They just got to start hitting the shots. That's kind of what we've seen.
So, Tansey with Wong guarding him throughout the entire length of the court. Makes a nice move. Stops. Almost got the defensive switch. Tansey looking for literally anybody to pass it to. Here's Burns. Gets it out. Perry. And a foul is called as Perry makes the three. Or, excuse me, it's a timeout. Mepham.
See here the timeout call. Good timeout call there for the Pirates as they got to start slowing some things down. Starting to make some mental errors as we've seen. So the Pirates starting to, they were starting to play a little better in this fourth quarter, and now all of a sudden Jericho's starting to storm back a little bit as we've seen. So the Pirates got to start playing slow, maybe making some adjustments on the defensive end, and hopefully we can see that.
So I think, Tyler, I think it's the point of the game. We're going to go up to the studio now, where we're going to see what Sean and Finn have for us after the game.
Thanks, guys. And for now, more on what has unfolded during this whole entire crazy game so far. Don't forget to stay tuned to our BMB post-game show where me and Finn will break down the full game analysis of the Mepham Pirates versus the Jayhawks. Back to Tyler and Matt down to the South Gym.
Oh, thanks, Sean. Thanks, Finn. We've got ourselves a good ending in store. I can feel it, Tyler. I've been waiting for a game like this for the entire year.
Yeah, you said it exactly. This game is definitely going to have a tight finish. Both teams are playing with extreme intensity, extreme effort, and obviously the score represents that coming in with, 1:24 left in the fourth quarter.
So Mepham will have the ball with just about 90 seconds to go in the game. Team Burns will take the inbound.
Look for Mepham to set some sort of off-ball pick there as they just do that right on cue. Kehoe and Tansey.
Another one. Tansey with a hand in his face almost makes it. Rebound Varghese. Here's Wong. Wong to Varghese. Tansey jumps. Didn't get the ball coming. Who's what? Varghese. Deep three. Didn't want to take it. Now here's Wong. Back to Varghese. Thought about it. Now we're under a minute in the game. Here's Wong. Ellis inside. Pass deflected. Tansey's got it. Huge turnover at this point in the game, and it's killed Jericho all game.
That right there could be one of the most crucial plays there for the Mepham Pirates. A tough turnover there, and that very much could have cost them this game.
Now here's Tansey working around the screen, and we have an illegal screen on Kevin Perry. And you hear Kevin Perry, I heard him say, "I'm set." And I think he was set, but it's enough contact to draw the foul. Hard contact, and I don't think he was set either. So here's Ronan Ellis with 38 seconds in the game. So here's Wong to Ellis. Varghese, they need a three. Here's Wong. Haven't seen Kim in a while. Now he gets it. Kim to Wong. 20 seconds left in the game. Here's Kim. Here's Ellis. Thought about it. Doesn't take it. Wong. Ellis. Kim, this is what they want, taking it. No good. Burns rebound. Tansey's fouled.
See there.
He only needs to make one, and that might put this one in the books.
Either way, though, I mean, this game plays razor tight. Jericho had that opportunity to tie it up late, not being able to capitalize. Now, this game could very much be ended by a good free throw shot here by Tansy.
I think Ryan Kim was also caught just about very off guard by that pass, and he was off balance. So now Tansy is first. Made it. That might do it.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, 4-point game now is Jericho's going to call a timeout.
Timeout, Mepham. Huge game by Kehoe, Tansy, and the entirety of the Mepham Pirates. So, you think Jericho can get back into this game?
I mean, you could never say never, but, I mean, obviously we're going to have to see, Jericho play extremely quick. They're going to have to go down no matter what, whether, make or miss this free throw for Tansy. Either way, they're going to have to get down, get a insanely quick shot, be able to foul, and then go down. I mean, it's not likely, but I mean, we've seen crazier things happen, obviously. So, either way, it's going to be a tight finish here. 9 seconds left.
So, 9 seconds left. Never say never. And Jericho's also going to get the ball. So if they can set up a quick play. But we just assume this game is out of reach for Jericho. For a minute. For a minute, we assume who's player of the game.
Honestly, I mean, don't get me wrong. Tansy has been unbelievable this game. Kehoe has also been unbelievable. I'm going to give it to Kieran Kehoe, actually. I mean, I think, obviously, offense is an extremely part of the game, and both Tansy and Kehoe have been unbelievable offensively, but I also think it's a mix of defense. And Kehoe, a lot of the times, there's been shots. He's done a good job stepping up, and obviously, I mean, this Jericho team's amazing at shooting, but he's done a good job stepping up, and then also down low. He hasn't really had many fouls. Tansy's going to second shot's going to be up and good here.
So this game's not out of reach. 5 seconds left. Wong goes straight to the basket, and he misses it. And that might put this one in the books. That'll put this one in the books just about. As Heller gets fouled.
Either way, though, I mean, we had an amazing game here. I mean, came down in the finish. Mepham just kind of edged them out just barely at the end here. Jericho had their opportunities to come back in this game, missed some crucial threes, and that kind of rubbed off on him, and that's why Mepham's going to come out on top.
So we've just received word that our official BMB player of the game is not Kieran Kehoe, it's Robert Tansy for his work down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, either way, both guys are very much deserving. Heller's going to hit his first free throw shot, but I mean, both guys are extremely talented. They both played an amazing game, and I mean, Tansy was amazing offensively. He hit multiple clutch threes and then was amazing mid-range.
So, Heller. And that'll put this one in the books. Mepham pulls ahead, 56-51. The defense clamps up late to put the Pirates on top. And they get their third win of the season, their first in conference play. So, Tyler, what do you think was that big factor that caused Mepham to end up getting this win?
I think, honestly, and this is going to sound crazy, but I think it was them, while they were struggling, when Jericho was going on these good runs, Mepham was struggling, but they were playing just barely good enough where, we'd see like maybe Jericho go on a 7-point run, and then Mepham would hit maybe a nice three, kind of calm Jericho down. And as we've seen, I mean, Jericho multiple times were able to come back in this game, but really just weren't able to tie it down the stretch. So Mepham just playing just barely well enough while they were struggling, and then obviously, I mean, when we saw Mepham was on, they were extremely hot, and that's a crucial reason why Mepham was able to win this game.
So our BMB player of the game is Robert Tansy, and Tansy was incredible down the stretch. His defense was one of the main reasons why Mepham even had the opportunity to stay in this game, and his shooting was also incredible down the stretch. He was shooting with no fear alongside Ryan Kim and Kieran Kehoe. Those guys were just the three shooters of the game, but Tansy made the ones that counted, and Mepham gets their third win of the game.
For sure. I mean, we saw him hit multiple amazing shots like that clutch three. I mean, he was just amazing. Tansy was an X factor throughout this game, as we're going to now send it to Lily Yepes with Robert Tansy.
I'm here with player of the game, Robert Tansy. So you had 17 points tonight. What do you think that you did best that made you stand out and help your team win?
Probably get all the people involved. I mean, usually we struggle to do that, but today we did a great job with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you feel coming into this game? Did you work on anything in particular in practice?
We definitely needed a win, and we definitely got it. Practice was a rough one yesterday, but we got the win.
Okay. So what can I expect from you and your teammates as being the first athletes on Sports Talk new segment Mic'd Up?
Expect a lot of fun.
Okay.
And entertainment.
Thank you so much, and good luck on the season.
Thank you.
Now back to Mano and Tyler courtside.
So, thanks Lily, thank Robert Tanzi, an incredible game for Lily Yepes and Tyler Steinberg. I'm Matt Mano. Thanks for joining us in the BMB Game of the Week. Now we're going to send it up to Sean and Finn to bring it home for our broadcast.
And thank you, Tyler. And Finn, we just witnessed the Mepham Pirates' first home win of the season. What do you have to say about this game?
I mean, look, I'm a bit shocked. I'm not going to lie. Now they're in Conference A1, they're 1-5, and yes, it's the best conference to be in. But so that means every game's tough. But man, this was a crazy game, especially those last 2 or 3 minutes. You just see the Pirates trying to wind it down, and then it was 54-51 for a while, and then we see Rob Tanzi get that huge just 1 point that basically seals the deal.
Yeah, Finn, and just in all, Robert Tanzi did excellent. Had 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the Pirates' offensive backbone was excellent this game. Defense at the end did get a little shaky, however, with Kevin Perry having that illegal screen, scared a bunch of Pirate fans. But Robert Tanzi comes on the top of the key, sinks what was basically the game-winning 3. And here,
what could have
Jericho misses, and Robert gets the rebound, and that basically sealed the deal for the Pirates. But Jericho definitely put up a fight in this one, Just the 3-pointers at the end when they were trying to tie it up were not falling for them. But everything else, the man-to-man defense really worked, but I think Coach Cable cracked it at the end.
Right, and you're totally right. And Rob Tanzi doing a great game today. And again, that game-winning 3, but most importantly, when you go up to a foul line, it's really tough. And that first shot he made, and then the second he didn't. But what a game. And, man, we got to see more of these from Mepham. But, now they put their overall record to 3-9, and in Conference A1, it is 1-5.
Yeah, and the Jericho Jayhawks are going to drop to 4-8, and will be 1-5 now in conference. And that was our BMB Game of the Week. For Matt Mano, Tyler Steinberg, and Lily Yepes, and my co-host Finnegan Corcoran, I've been Sean McClellan, signing off. Have a great night, everyone.